Hi guys, this is Miss Carballo, and today I'm going to go over fraction operations, a little review from elementary school. So let's get started with your notes page that I've given you. I'm going to go through these 4 review problems with you so that you can use these notes throughout the year to help you remember these steps. So adding fractions, our first step is if you have mixed numbers in your problem, you're going to convert them to improper fractions this year. It's going to help us when we have negative fractions in our problems. Don't be nervous, it's not that bad. Then you're going to find the common denominator. You're going to add the numerators, keep the denominator the same, and simplify your answer if you can. All right, let's look at our first example. 3 3/8 plus 2/3. So we're going to convert our mixed number 3 3/8 to 27/8. 8 times 3 is 24 eighths plus 3 eighths gives us that 27/8. Find our common denominator, which is 24, and make equivalent fractions. So 8 times 3 is 24, 27 times 3 is 81. 81 24ths plus 16 24ths gives us this 97 24ths, which is a simplified improper fraction that your algebra teachers won't mind if you leave it that way, but it also simplifies to 4 1/24. All right, guys, 5 out of 4 people agree. Fractions are important. Even Ron Burgundy knows. All right, let's keep going. All right, subtracting fractions. If you have mixed numbers, we're going to start the same way and convert them to improper fractions to help us when we got negatives this year. Same thing as addition. Find the common denominator, but this time we're going to subtract our numerators, keep the denominator the same, and simplify our answer. All right, let's look at our subtracting example. 2 1/4 minus 2/3. So we're going to convert that 2 1/4 to 9/4 and find our common denominator of 4 and 3, which is 12, and make our equivalent fractions. 4 times 3 is 12, and 9 times 3 is 27. We can subtract our numerators. We've got 19/12, which is a simplified improper fraction, or you can turn it into the mixed number 1 7/12. This poor baby's not ready to subtract fractions, but you are. You've got this. Let's keep going. Okay, for multiplying fractions, same thing. If you have mixed numbers, convert them to improper fractions. This time we're going to see if we can simplify the problem before we multiply the numerators and the denominators. So our multiplying example looks like this: 3 3/8 times 2/3. So we're going to convert our mixed number here to an improper fraction. We've got 27/8 now times 2/3. Now let's simplify our problem. It makes it a little bit easier when we have these smaller numbers to simplify, and there's a lot of simplifying we can do. So I'm going to divide the 3 and the 27 by 3 and the 2 and the 8 by 2. So this 27 becomes a 9. And I've got 9/4 times 1/1, which gives me 9/4, and you can leave it here or turn it into 2 1/4. Best thing about multiplying and dividing fractions, this boy looks happy. You don't need a common denominator. We've skipped that first step. All right, last one, dividing fractions. If you have mixed numbers, again, convert them to improper fractions. This is a new step. We're going to change the division problem to a multiplication problem and multiply by the reciprocal. We're going to flip the second fraction and then still simplify before we multiply our numerators, our denominators, and simplify our answer if we can. All right, here's our dividing example. 2 3/8 divided by 7/10. Let's convert our mixed number, 2 3/8, to 19/8. Remember, that's 8 times 2, 16/8, plus 3/8 is 19/8. Now we're going to do this keep, change, flip, and change this multiplication by the reciprocal of our second fraction. Let's see if we can cross simplify anything. Do you see the 8 and the 10? They can both be divided by 2. And that gives us a little bit smaller numbers to work with. So 95/28 is simplified improper fraction, which you can make this mixed number 3 11/28. Okay, dividing fractions. You're not actually dividing. We're going to keep the first fraction, change to multiplication, and flip the second fraction or multiply by the reciprocal. All right, guys, I'm also going to give you this notes page, which covers each one of them in kind of a different looking format. Same rules to follow, but this might be helpful for those of you that like to see it another way. All right, guys, I hope that helped.